All right, everybody, welcome to Game Pass Gumbo. I know it's been a little while since we've done something for the podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Corkenstein, and we also have Gold Shell.
How's it going?
Good,
Exciting
good.
times.
Yeah, lots of information came out this past week with Tokyo Game Show. Did you want to tell us? I guess we could just do what we've been doing, just kind of go around the horn. What we've been playing, real quick.
I've been playing Borderlands 4 with my mom and dad, uncle, stuff like that. It's been a blast. Really enjoy it. My biggest issue with it is the navigation on it. It's really bad. So it's got on the top, it's got sort of a compass style from Bethesda, and then on the right, which you can enable as a radar, doesn't tell you a whole lot. But if you go into the actual map itself, when you go into the menu, I don't know why they just don't take a chunk of that and put it in a sort of radar on the top right, because it's more intuitive on that side. I'd say I'd give it about an 8 out of 10 so far, because that navigation's rough. But I haven't had the performance issues that people have been saying, but I'm also playing on Series X, so I'm not having the same issues like the PC crowd. And the last thing I'll say on it is, Randy, you really need to shut up sometimes, dude. He's not helping the situation at all, but because it seems like every time he runs his mouth, they start throwing out shift codes for golden keys. So I guess whatever. And then lastly, I've picked up, what was it? Oh, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. It was on sale for $9 on Xbox, and they just recently announced at the Nintendo Direct that they were adding a update to it. And honestly, maybe the update's already been put in, but it's running at a really smooth 60 frames per second on my Series X, and it's just loaded with what they promised, with the more baddies to kill and stuff like that. So it's basically Dynasty Warriors but One Piece, and it's a blast. I've been playing that. What about you, good sir?
Mostly just been playing Borderlands 4. I wrapped that up a few days ago, and then I took a break from Dead by Daylight until the new killer came out, which just came out, the Kraus. And then I've been jumping. I just started Dragon Age Veilguard, because I never got a chance to play it. So I kind of wanted to see what that was about. I'm only like 5 minutes in. I just pretty much created my character and did like a couple of minutes in actual gameplay. And then I got Jump Space.
Okay.
Which is basically like another like Wildgate / Sea of Thieves kind of thing. But just in space. This one's a little bit more mission oriented, and you do like jump to instances, versus Wildgate where it's PvP kind of thing. This one's more you could do it solo or with 4 people. There's no PvP, it's just all PvE. And then that's pretty much it.
Oh, very nice. All right. Do we want to get into the meat and potatoes?
Yeah, I mean, it's Tokyo Game Show, and then that's going to lead to Forza 6 naturally.
Yep. Tokyo Game Show, I guess we can consider Sony part of that shindig. So Wolverine was nice. That looked pretty cool. I guess, what was it? I guess House Marquee's got a new game coming out that looks very similar. What's it called?
Soros.
Soros, yeah. That looked pretty interesting. Like I said, at the Nintendo Direct, I saw that One Piece update, and that was nice to see. And then, of course, we get a bunch of Play Anywhere stuff, like from Square Enix, which was very nice to see. I think Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake, go and Play Anywhere.
I think that was the Play Anywhere was Dragon Quest 1 and 2. There was they went a lot more Play Anywhere than they did what is it? than Game Pass editions. It was a lot of play anywhere.
Yeah. All right. My camera has crapped the bed, so we're gonna do this.
Yeah, it's all right. Like I said, I just got off work, guys. Sorry if I'm a little exhausted right now and I'm dirty from work, and I was like, I am not podcast presentable. So I guess we'll do a non-camera show, and you guys could just hear our beautiful voices.
Yep. We could probably play the Xbox show while we're doing this. Anyway, but yeah, we finally got a Final Fantasy VII official release date. I think it's January 22nd, I believe. So
Yeah, they actually had a special crap, what was that called? They actually had a special deal for it, sale, to where if you bought, I think it was like $39, and you get the original Final Fantasy VII bundled with it.
ooh, I didn't know that. So yeah, I saw the price tag on that, and it ended up being less expensive than Final Fantasy Tactics. I've already played it though, but that pre-order price and getting the achievements, because I already got my achievements on Crisis Core. I would like to get my achievements. I probably will pick it up again, like a tool, but and replay it on the Xbox.
Oh, whoops!
Anything jump
I'm
out
just
at
trying
you?
to get yeah, there was a few things. I'm just trying to get the Xbox showcase up in the background real quick.
No, you're good.
So let me just share my screen. Yes, I understand. Share. There we go.
All right. So this is full disclosure. This is the first time we've used Talk Studio for Streamlabs. We're usually using EV Mux, so we're trying to work out the kinks here. But so far, we're very much liking the format so far. Anything else at the Tokyo Game Show that stuck out?
Yeah, there was a few things. Sorry, it kind of cut out real quick. I don't know if that was my thing since I'm streaming the video. Might be, like I said, this is the first time we're using this, so there is going to be some some hiccups that we're going to be running into. Yeah, there was a few things. So yeah, I guess, well, I don't know if it was really Tokyo Game Show, but the State of Play. I haven't watched the Sorrow stuff. I did watch the Wolverine, which looks absolutely amazing. It's bloodied. It's pretty crazy. And it ticks all that Wolverine boxes. So, Insomniac definitely cooked on that.
Yeah, they did.
I'm trying to see. Okay, the video is still playing. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure
I guess the big thing we can talk about real quick is if you want to pull up the text graphic for it is the ROG Ally.
I did not download that. There's a thing for slides, but I didn't put anything in there yet. Totally
you just go into the text thing, pull up the ticker.
The text thing. Oh, yeah. I see. Right there. Oops. Okay, so then we'll have to make this smaller.
All right, cool.
There we go.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I was gonna just say for games real quick, Fatal Frame. I'm happy that's there. That looks absolutely amazing. The Bruce Lee addition into Hitman. Hitman's still cooking. IO Interactive is solid. They still have a bunch of connection issues, but that was really cool to see. I did the Casino Royale DLC, and that was a lot of fun. Rhythm Doctor looked absolutely bonkers. That just looked insane. So it seems very easy, and it's just like a rhythm game with a lot of funny stuff going on. And then we got to see the ROG Ally a little bit, but we did get the price tag on it.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going. I don't know if I'm going to touch the $1,000 model, the X. I've kind of been eyeing the model, the white one. I like to just call it the ROG Ally S. Let's be honest. Let's just, for confusion's sake, let's just call it the S. $600 is still pretty steep, but honestly, um, that's probably the route I would go. The issue I have is when you look at the ROG Ally and stuff, it's not just a real performance thing. It's like a future proof performance thing. Whereas the X has so many built in features that are going to come later, or not built in because they're not built in, but they're ready for more of that AI technology to, for FSR and all that stuff. But what we run into with the white version, the S, is it doesn't seem to have those features coming down the line unless I've missed something. But I think a lot of those exclusive features for the $1,000 model, the X, you can so once you look at the price tags between it, you're like, oh wow, that's pretty bad. But then you see the features that are coming to your X later down the road with AI or whatever, that seems to be more justifiable, but still maybe some people won't know that. It's hard to say. I can understand that price gap, but still at $1,000, ooh, that's a little rough. But personally, I think the $600 bottle would be more my speed because I can sit there and I can actually play World of Warcraft. And honestly, there's stuff that's intensive stuff. I can either do cloud streaming or I can do remote play. And then as far as using it for Windows, I wouldn't really have to load up Photoshop or anything like that for the podcast stuff here. I could just use stuff like Photopea and Clipchamp, which I already use. So I'm not bogging down my system on a productivity front either. So those are kind of my thoughts. If I was to get one, I would probably steer more towards the white version, especially with the availability of cloud gaming and remote play. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's a very stark, especially once you look at taxes. Taxes are like I think 104, $105. So now it's 1,104.5. Pretty much if you want um the extended warranty, um for pretty much each year, usually I think it's depending on where you go through. I think it's usually like an extra $100. So if you want like a 3-year warranty, which is what I would probably get, just because you never know if you're gonna if especially with my line of work in warehouses and heavy machinery and things like that. I work in concrete everywhere, so if you drop it or a screen gets cracked or whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
while you're on break, you know uh, so I always go for 3 year, which is going to be now another $300 for that. So now I'm looking at 1,400 just to get the ROG Ally. At least for me, again, I know that's um, anecdotal of me because I'm just only factoring my price in. But for me, that was a big ask. I'm probably just gonna wait until it hits open box. There's probably gonna be a few people, at least one or two that aren't gonna realize on release, hey, this isn't for me. They'll take it back to Best Buy or they'll take it or return it back to Amazon or something. And yeah, it'll be $200-$300 cheaper maybe. Um, and it has what, less than 10 hours of playtime on it. It's still practically brand new. So
Yeah.
I'll probably wait till that happens. I could get the S version, I guess, is what everyone's calling it, is the S.
Yeah.
Um I could get that, but I don't know if I'm gonna invest in a handheld. I kind of want the best of the best because this is gonna last me for a while. I'm hoping. I don't want to get something small, and I'm like, man, I really like this, but I it struggles to play these games, or I'm looking, I don't want to have to upgrade a year later, and then I'm already paying for the price of what I could have just bought originally with the X version. So
Exactly.
I rather
But
just do that.
the thing that Adidas 20 says, salute, how's it going, man? My thing would be, I would have to do extensive testing, say on my phone with the controller, to see how the 5G, because I just upgraded my equipment and I've got Wi-Fi 6E. So what I'd like to do is do some extensive testing on that front on my phone with the controller and see how it feels. And if I feel like it's a good experience, then I may start looking more into the S. Right now, I really find it appealing, but I'd have to do some research on my end to make sure that those pitfalls or those shortcomings on the S version that the X has aren't hampered too badly, and I'll have to give extended testing. But it's funny you bring that up, because you were talking about open box, because we were talking about it, Brit in the Xbox Era Discord, I believe, is a lot of people are going to go in there thinking it's a full-on Xbox, be disappointed and return it. And he said, wait for them open box deals. So that might be an avenue too.
Yeah, like I said, it's not. This isn't going to be for everybody. A lot of people, want to get into handhelds. I mean, for me, I would use this. I mean, I got a Switch, but like, it's I stopped using it once cloud gaming kind of came out in GeForce and all that, because most of my library is on PC and Xbox. So like, I don't even know where my original Switch one is. It's somewhere in this house. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I handhelds aren't normally my thing, unless I have a vast ecosystem of games to play. So yeah, I'll probably end up getting this, but yeah, a lot of people won't realize that, and they're like, oh well, I don't know, like, do I want to keep investing in this now? I gotta buy more games, and they just made like, what, it was cool, but not for me. But like I said, I can't see a lot of them having hundreds of hours of gameplay or game time on them, um when they come out. So I'll wait to see how long it takes for open box stuff to come
Yeah,
back, and then kind of go from there.
exactly. All right. A question about Fatal Frame. Is that more of I'm familiar with the franchise, but I saw it here. Is it more of a psychological thriller than, say, more of a gore fest like Resident Evil?
Yeah, it's more thriller than than gore. It kind
Gotcha.
of, you're kind of always at like the edge of your seat, um versus kind of like I mean, Scream's not really it's more psychological horror. I would say like thriller is Scream. It's more Scream than Saw, I guess you could say, in that
Okay.
sense, to where stuff is
And
coming, you
even
just don't know
further lean in
when.
more M. Night Shyamalan, maybe.
Oh, what was that?
M- More, less Saul, more M. Night Shyamalan.
Not maybe, yeah. I think I guess you could say more Jordan Peele. I would say I think he's more
Oh,
like
okay.
thrillerish kind of, than or like, it's not even really like, it has its jump scares too, so, but yeah, I would say you're more on the edge of your seat, psychologically, than like,
Gotcha.
oh, we're just gonna show you somebody getting beheaded or stabbed 1,000 times. So
Yeah,
Scream was a
fair enough.
bad example, but I just wanted the contrast from what it was compared to gore.
That's fair. All right. So, are we going to segue into the big one? Because I'm gonna attempt something I haven't done in a while.
um yeah, if you I assume we're, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what we're talking about, but yeah.
Let's pull that text up and watch me butcher this. Forza ga Nihon ni ikimashou. Forza Horizon 6 is coming to Japan. I'm going to try this next one. Racing wheel o kaitai desu. And I want to buy a racing wheel now, or ima or sugu, but here we go. It finally happened. We are getting Forza in Japan. I thought we were going to get, in fact, as many of you know, I lived in Japan. I was stationed over there. The thumbnail for this is a picture of an actual drift racing car that I saw in Kawasaki, Japan, because apparently they do that in that region. So, and they have them all decked out. And, dude, and one of the reasons I'm really excited about, other than living there and understanding language and stuff like that, but some of the cool cars and possibly even the music and the scenery and stuff that'll come out of a Japan focused Forza is going to be incredible. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, from what we saw, I mean, Japan's a gorgeous place. I was there earlier this year in February, and it's amazing. The culture and just everywhere it's such a clean country, as far as like there's no trash, and very humble culture, and very forward thinking of others. And
Yeah.
then the locations and stuff. I was on the bullet train, and just looking outside, and we got to see Mount Fuji, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. It wasn't cherry blossom season. That's a nightmare when you go, just because of the tourists. It's not because of Japan, but the tourists there are just, it's insane how packed it is. It's just shoulder to shoulder. You don't really get to enjoy the beauty of Japan because you're constantly looking at it from behind somebody's head, or trying to move around somebody. You don't get to just breathe it in. And luckily, I went in February when it wasn't too crowded, and I was able to just relax and breathe it in and take my time with it. And it was really cool. It was really fun. I mean, they're gonna go down to like every detail, and I really hope they do. I mean, that's how we first learned of this. Is a
I mean, we
small
essentially
motor.
got all the groundwork done in Flight Simulator, right? I mean, same engine, they fully recreated, I mean, almost the entire island of Japan in Forza Tech engine. So I can imagine,
Yeah,
I can only
but then they
imagine the
also have to
detail.
scale it now
Yeah.
to a more
Yeah.
perspective, kind of view. So that will
Oh
take a
yeah,
little bit
exactly.
more work. They
Mhm.
may have gotten some of the stuff for it through Google Maps. But like when you actually drive now, you're going to have to scale that down to an actual FOV, field of view that makes sense and that's detailed and intricate. It won't be,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
so they'll probably take some liberties with it. But yeah, I mean, first found out about it, like I said, about the leak, then how detail oriented they're going to be. We first found out about that leak from a small car company, or like, I guess, like, car part company or something, that was rightfully so very excited. Um, they were going to be in a massive, racing game. Um,
Mm.
so that was kind of cool. I mean, that's how level of detail they're going to get. They're going to go, to that, to where, people in Japan are going to be like, yeah, yeah, I know that, and people that aren't in Japan are going to be like, wow, that's really cool, kind of thing. So I don't, like I said, I don't put it past them that they're going to cook with this one. They did say, I guess, early 2026, which lines up with what they've done every year. And that's a developer direct. Whether it'll be the main one, or not, like the main chunk of the show. We'll see. That I think that will be Fable. Um, but yeah, with Forza,
You said it's
they're
early next year,
early
Forza?
2026 is when they're going to showcase more. This was just the one
Oh,
minute trailer.
that would
When
be
you actually want to
incredible if
see,
they dropped it during Golden Week. That
yeah,
would be
if you really
awesome.
want to see like real like gameplay, you'll have to wait till early 2026, which is February, usually when they do the developer direct.
Yeah, it's usually like they've been doing it earlier. It's been more like middle of January
Yeah,
here
middle
recently.
January, first week of February, kind of thing.
Probably be the week before Final Fantasy VII drops, I would imagine,
Possibly.
or week of. But what was it? But I meant more in the sense like Forza Tech. You're talking about like the ability of Forza Tech to get to that detail, and it's going to be incredible. Now I will. Hey Shane, how's it going? So if you want to pop up that racing game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to take this off. And
Okay. So there is a racing game that I used to play in Japan called Wangan Midnight Maximum Tune 3 at the arcade, and there's an anime based on it as well that's sub. I'll leave a link in the description with it, but it's essentially a manga. It was a Namco game, and here you go. It's cool music, all that stuff. In fact, the music in the intro here was done by a DJ by the name of Yuzo Koshiro, which he did most of the music for all that. And it's basically a drift racing Japanese story arcade game, and it's got the anime, and it's based off the anime, which you can actually watch on YouTube for free. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. It's a crazy anime. I'd love for them to remaster that one, but I would love to see something like this to really hone in on that the manga and anime history of Japan and its culture, and do some cool stuff like that. Maybe not in the main game, but maybe some cool DLC. And I said on Twitter that they should do a crossover. Bandai Namco and Playground should do a crossover to bring this back in some capacity, because I think this would be really a neat idea. One, on just a new idea, but also dig deep and embrace the cultures that the Forza Horizon games love to do, because they nailed it with Mexico, they nailed it with Great Britain, and so on and so on and so on. So this is a crossover I'd like to see.
yeah, like I don't doubt that they're gonna have some really cool stuff eventually. I'm assuming they're gonna move more to like a DLC, like microtransaction kind of forward-esque with Forza Horizon 6. There's a lot there that they could utilize, especially with customization and really cool things. I can't remember.
I'm going to try to make my wife's Toyota a car. She drives a Toyota Corolla Cross. I'm going to try to make that and race that in Tokyo.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we'll have to see what they get. We'll know more at the beginning of the year of 2026. So I'm really excited for the developer direct. But yeah, there's a lot. There's so much they could do with Japanese culture and Japanese history, and stuff with Forza. And I think if anyone's gonna pay homage to that respectfully, it'd be Playground. It'd be Playground games and Turn 10 kind of thing. So I think they're gonna cook with this.
All right. That's about anything else we want to cover before we close shop today?
No, this was just a real quick podcast to kind of get something out for you guys. I know we've been a little MIA with stuff. It's just, like I said, with my schedule being nights, like I literally just got off work like an hour and a half ago and had to head home and eat food, and probably more like an hour ago now, eat food, and then jump on. So we've been trying to get something token. He's away at a function usually every Saturdays. He's been really busy every Saturdays. So we've been just trying to get something to come out for you guys, just to get something quick. Let you know we're still around. We'll maybe do some restructuring for the podcast, maybe find another day, maybe get some more hosts, maybe put out a bulletin or something. Who knows? I'll reach out on Twitter maybe and be like, hey, Game Pass Gumbo kind of wants to expand. We're looking for hosts, and definitely have to be people I'm very familiar with or I've podcasted with before, like maybe like Fuzzy Belvedere or Silent Cypher, or I don't think Boom has the bandwidth. I'd love to have Boom on sometime, but as like a permanent panel member host. I would have to reach out and see who we can get. Maybe some other people from the community like Rake. He's been with us since day one. Bugs, Boogster, he's been with us since day one. Maybe some of those guys as well from our Discord. We could get some cool stuff coming out for you guys. I'm trying to build a lot of connections in the industry. It's just hard to get a lot of it if you guys don't have the followers and if you don't have the views. So I'm going to put this back up. I just didn't want to overwhelm you guys with a bunch of stuff on the screen. But the little ticker here up at top, hit the like and subscribe button. It means a lot. And then Japanese language.
Arigato.
Okay. That's how you spell it. Yeah. So there's that. We would like to, grow, and we can't do that without you guys. So if you're already subscribed, we love you. If you're not already subscribed, we still love you, but we'd love you more if you subscribed and you hit that like button. So please help us out to get some really cool content. You guys have seen what I've done as well on the Xbox subreddit. With the other moderators there, we gave away a limited edition 1 out of 8 Claire Obscure Xbox Series X. We gave away 40 Design Lab controllers. That's the kind of stuff I can potentially bring to Game Pass Gumbo if we get the subscribers and we get the views and we get the likes, and that's what they're looking at is for engagement. So yeah, behind the scenes, I have a ton of connections. I have to make it make sense to them to support us. And we can't do that unless we grow.
Absolutely.
So without you guys, I would love it. Like I said, I'd love to give away a lot of stuff. I have a ton of codes. Maybe I'll start doing some of that. They're mostly for Steam, but if there's ever a sale, maybe I'll buy like a $20 or $30 worth of like $5 games or something. I can give them out to you guys.
Thanks, Adidas. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah. Oh, let me see. I will share out. Yes. Thank you so much, bud. Like I said, yeah, Adidas has been here with us, for a while now. Shane G is usually here almost every single podcast. Cyber Gunther as well.
You guys.
We really do. So yeah, like I said, guys, whatever we could do to grow, we would love it. And yeah, we love and appreciate you all.
All right. Y'all have a good night. Minasan, arigatou gozaimasu.
Yeah, as always, guys, eat, love, and game. Peace out, guys.